To hell and back is in the job description. Being roughed up, scuffed up, run over, kicked, thrown, dropped, dunked, and done the unthinkable is a duty we've embraced for more than 40 years. Through superior engineering and constant innovation, only Pelican has conquered the chaos a life of ambition can dish out. And we've done it to empower you.
Yak Gadget, made in America, based outside of Nashville, Tennessee. Yak Gadget offers all kinds of storage accessories, quick mount motor mounts, anchor systems, track mounted accessories, even paddles. Go to yakgadget.com and get your kayak decked out for your next trip out on the water.
The 153 Bait Company, based in Troy, Ohio, make everything from plastics to custom painted hard baits. Hook 'em hard and hook 'em often. All of our baits are made to order, and all of our hard baits are hand painted to order. So go to the153anglers.com to place your order today.
What's up, everybody? I think we got everything straightened out. We had some laptop issues. This is the first one, so what better way than to get the kinks out now? So we're going to go right to showing you guys all the anglers competing. We got all the media clips from yesterday, so I'm going to pull that up here and take a look at the folks fishing out on the water today.
My name is David Craig. I'm from Pittsburgh originally. I live in Dayton currently. Fishing with Grant is one of my big sponsors. He's a fishing charter guide for Dayton area. Great guy, and he knows what he's talking about. And 153 Baits, obviously, they have great baits, great guys. They have a lot of good products, and I catch a lot of good fish on their stuff. I'll give them a check out.
My name is Grant Blackford, and I'm from Moraine, Ohio, close to Dayton. I actually dropped all my sponsors, and I went with 153 this year, and I also sponsor a couple people myself with Fishing with Grant, Charter and Guide Services. I'm Grant, of course.
Brennan Royalty from Danville, Kentucky.
Jesse England from Cookeville, Tennessee.
John Gillespie, I'm from Princeton, West Virginia.
Well, let me tell you, I'm from the free state of West Virginia, Summersville. West by God, that's right, baby. Name is John Rapp. Take two. Going to smack my ass. Yes, I got two sponsors that I work with currently. Feel Free Kayaks and Yak Gadget.
Michael Grimsley, Cincinnati, Ohio. Strictly Sail and Kayak.
Chris Yauk from Miamisburg, Ohio. My wife, she's working awful hard so I can come down here this week.
My name's John Graves. I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio. My beautiful wife, Lisa Spear of Lisa Spear, Coldwell Banker, West Shell. Thank you so much. If you're interested in a home near the Ohio area, give her a call, 513-379-6004. The Dream Home comes in many sizes. Other shout out, Yak Gadget, John Thomas and Charles, the guys are just amazing. I really appreciate Yak Gadget. Big shout out to American Tackle down in Florida. Some of the best rod making materials you can find out there. Give them a shout out, www.americantackleanglerproducts.com. And also Hang Outdoors, west side of Kentucky. Hang Outdoors, Kevin Frazier, you can check him out on Facebook, Hang Outdoors Custom Lures.
Chris Anderson from Cincinnati, Ohio. My wife, whatever my wife lets me fish with.
Andrew Carpenter from Cincinnati, Ohio.
My name is Adrian Neer from Cincinnati, Ohio.
Jake Apking from Cincinnati, Ohio.
My name is Josh Lincoln. I'm from Southern Illinois.
You got any sponsors to make fishing easier for you?
I wish. I'm open. Call me.
Luke Brozovich, I'm from Minooka, Illinois.
I'm Ray Schneider, and I'm from Germantown, Illinois.
Glenn Van Azek, I'm from Minooka, Illinois.
Keith Jackson, Wood River, Illinois.
My name is Doug Keys, I'm from Southern Illinois.
Adam Reiser, Nashville, Tennessee. Dugout Bait and Tackle, Dakota Lithium, Yak Attack, and Bending Branches Paddles all take really good care of me.
Well, there you have it, folks. There's some of the fine anglers fishing out on the water today. Currently, we got John Graves in the lead, Chris Yonk in second. We'll get that leaderboard scrolling at the bottom of the screen here. Mr. Doug Keys in third, David Craig in fourth, and Grant Blackford in fifth currently. Cell service on the lake is kind of spotty, so, I mean, expect changes throughout the day as guys are getting service on their phones. It's going to make for an interesting event. I believe the leaderboard is going to close down about an hour and a half before lines out, which is at 2:30. So it's going to be an interesting event. Guys are on fish today. Yesterday during the captain's meeting, talking to some of these guys as they're coming in, some guys didn't catch any fish yesterday. Some guys were on fish, and some of the guys that didn't really catch any fish yesterday are already on the leaderboard. So it's going to make for a super interesting event. So I'm going to roll a little footage from this morning, guys taking off. Jeff Hepp, our chaplain, saying a little prayer for the guys on the water, and get ready, man. We got some other coverage coming in from our folks out on the water today. We got Jason Piskowski, Titus Dominguez, Jimmy Skinner, Jeff Hepp, and Josh Eldridge out on the water following some of these anglers around. So here we go.
It started, buddy.
Morning.
Jay.
Hi.
Susie. Jimmy.
Hello.
Jeff. Do you want to say a prayer?
Yeah, I'll pray real quick. Hey, dear Lord, thank you for just the opportunity to be here. Enjoy your great creation and this crew that I've been surrounded with. These people that have just brought me in and welcomed me and my wife, and I just appreciate everything they do. And I just pray that this whole event, this whole series, just comes off without a hitch all season. Pray for everybody's safety on the water, on the road, and in life. In Jesus' name, pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you, man.
All right, Brian, you gonna jump in?
Jump in the water?
Yeah.
Not yet.
We're gonna baptize you. All right, let's get this party started. Good luck to all the anglers, and everybody be safe.
He's done around the COVID.
Yep.
Around giving COVID shots. So.
That's cool. What's your game plan today?
Throw everything after yesterday. I really couldn't get a pattern yesterday, so
yeah,
it's trying to figure out a pattern as fast as possible.
Throw it 5 or 10 times and then switch to something else.
Exactly.
So. Yeah. Well, we'll catch you out there.
All right, appreciate it.
As you can see, this morning we had some guys taking off. We got some live coverage coming in. Let's catch up with Titus Dominguez. He touched base with a couple of anglers. He was out in the middle Tennessee ramp, or middle of the lake ramp that we had set up this morning, but he got caught up with some of these anglers out there on the water. So let's go to that.
He has one smallmouth on the board.
Yeah, went pull up on a point and threw a crankbait a bunch and didn't connect on anything. And then I switched to a slower moving bait, Carolina rig, and got no bites there. And then I took one to my left and I saw a fish bust. And I wasn't sure if it was a bass or not, so I whipped the cast over there. My third or fourth crank, I connected on a little smallmouth. It wasn't anything big. 14 inches, I think, but yeah, trying to figure out the bite here. I had 2 days, or really just 1 day of practice, and nothing's really coming together. So I'm gonna keep trying at it.
All right, man. We'll keep hammering them. Get out some more of those smallies, dude. We'll check back in later.
You see that cast?
Perfect.
Within 2 inches of that old dog.
So there you go, guys and gals. As you can see, there's not a ton of wind today. Yesterday we had some wind, we had some rain. Conditions are a lot different than yesterday, and that's what we talked about in the captain's meeting yesterday. And then not only that, we have some condition changes coming in for tomorrow, thunderstorms and stuff. So it's going to change up again. So you're going to definitely see some leaderboard changes and things like that. But don't forget to tune in. We're going to have day one event results here at the barn at East Port Marina. Shout out to Richard and the crew here at East Port. They've definitely, set up a nice event for us here. As we were talking to some of the anglers as they came in yesterday, they were just like, this is such a beautiful location. We got 153 Baits in the house selling some gear. Richard and the crew have their kayaks on display. First and second place anglers going home with kayaks for the Open. Clash of Clubs on Sunday. We have a kayak, a new canoe Flint, given away to the single angler with the highest limit. So we got 3 kayaks being given away, a whole slew of prizes. It's going to make for an interesting event. But we got some more footage coming in. Got Jay queuing it up here for us. So, like we mentioned, guys, it's just turned out to be such a beautiful day, such a change from yesterday. We're going to get Susie Roloff in here, give you guys some updates to the leaderboard and, get you guys caught up with what's going on. I know we had 1 deducted fish so far, but I think that was resubmitted with a different picture. But either way, we'll get Susie in here and give you guys an update. I will be back shortly.
Come on. What's up, everybody? Susie Q here. Just checking in, showing you guys some updates right now. So, bear with me here. Got to get everything set up. All right, so in first place, we've got Mr. John Graves here. He's got 4 fish on the board. He's at 51 3/4 right now. Chris Josh, he just submitted a second fish. He's on some good fish right now. He's got a 19 and a 16 1/4, so he's got 35 1/4. Then we got Mr. Doug Keys, who's got a 16-inch fish. And then David Craig in fourth, he's got 14 1/2. And then Grant Blackford, he's got a 13-inch fish. So people are definitely on fish this morning, keeping things interesting and fun. And like Brian was saying, had a little bit of a deduction already. So, but the guys are still out there, still hammering it. Hopefully we'll see some more fish come in. And I know Titus was with a guy who had a smallmouth. So I know cell service is a little tricky right now, but just focus on fishing. Otherwise, yeah, that's kind of what we got for now. And people catching fish, we've got kind of a couple different places on the lake right now where they're submitting from. So it's definitely keeping things interesting. So, yeah. Yeah, we're going to keep looking at the weather tomorrow. Make sure that everybody's staying safe out there. We got some thunderstorms. Looks like that might be rolling in first thing in the morning. Right now, I think it's like about a 70% chance. So looks like they might come in. They may not. Yesterday was kind of interesting weather-wise. I think it was calling for the same thing. A little bit of rain and wind. But it actually wasn't too bad. It was just mostly rain, no thunderstorms. And then Sunday's weather looks pretty awesome right now. So we got 70 degrees and partly sunny. So yeah, looks like Clash of Clubs will be pretty good. But yeah, day 2 is going to be pretty interesting right now. We'll see how that changes things up and see how anglers adapt to all the different changing conditions out there. And yeah. What else you got? Again, big shout out right now to our sponsors, East Port Marina here for providing an amazing just location here. The marina, the farm, just the landscape out here, you know, coming from central Illinois where there's nothing but cornfields and flat, coming to the rolling hills and kind of small mountains of Tennessee. It is absolutely gorgeous out here. So big shout out to them. Again, of course, Yak Gadget, Pelican cases, 153 baits, Jig Masters, Bioino, Yak Attack, Rocktown. And yeah, so yeah, if anybody's going to be out and about today, come check us out. We've got a couple of vendors here at the farm who are going to be selling some good stuff. We got t-shirts on sale. 153 Baits has a table full of awesome stuff over there. So even if you're not competing, come check out, hang out with everybody tonight at the captain's meeting. And tomorrow certainly as well. We'll have some, there'll be some food, drinks, you know, lots of good stuff going on. So come join us if you guys will. Yeah, looks like Brian's coming back in here. So that's what we got for now. And yeah. Yeah. Let the showmaster come back to the show.
The showmaster. You know what the nickname I've been getting lately is the Podfather. I like that one. The Podfather.
Did you make that up? Because I haven't heard that one.
I forget who called me that. The Podfather. It was kind of funny, but yeah, it's definitely warming up out there, guys and gals. Definitely going to be interesting. So basically these guys were allowed to launch at 5:40 this morning. Lines in was 6 a.m. Lines out is at 2:30 p.m. Everybody's got to be checked in, and submission deadlines back here at 4, and then we go live at 4:30 with day 1 results. Got to give a huge shout out to all the folks that made this event possible. Obviously, East Port Marina, Obey River Grill, Yak Gadget, 153 Baits, Pelican Coolers and Cases, Bioino Power, Yak Attack, Rocktown Adventures, New Canoe, Pepsi and the 815, and Jig Masters. So we got some pretty cool companies supporting this. Obviously behind me, you can see we got the big fat checks. Drop in the comments down below if you guys are watching who you think is going to be on that first place check. It's going to be interesting to see how this all unfolds. You know, right now I was hearing water temps anywhere between 60 and 65 degrees, a little bit warmer back in the creeks. The water's high. So guys are catching some fish up shallow that are getting ready to do their thing, getting ready for the spawn. So, I wouldn't be surprised. We saw Chris Yonk with a 19-inch largemouth first thing this morning. I know John Grays has a few fish on the board. So most of them are smaller. So it's the small bucks are up cruising. So I think if these guys can find those bigger females hanging out in the deeper water, it should definitely light up the leaderboard. And not only that, like we said, service on the lake is kind of spotty. It's hit or miss, with everything down in the valleys here. If you guys have never been to Dale Hollow, a lot of valleys, big lakes, big main points off the lake. And then there's several points going back into some of these creek channels and stuff. So if those guys can find those bigger females, it should make it pretty interesting. We got East Port Marina scrolling on the bottom. If you guys have never been here, definitely check it out. If you want to do a family vacation, they got cabins, houseboats, all that kind of good stuff. So it's definitely a beautiful place to come and visit. The fishing here is phenomenal. If you guys didn't know, the world record smallmouth bass came out of Dale Hollow Lake. I know when we had Titus Dominguez catching up with one of our anglers, he's already got a smallmouth on the board. And I had a conversation with Adam Reiser last night, very familiar with this lake, local to Tennessee. He said if somebody can find the brown fish, they might pull it off because those smallmouth are huge right now. They are probably spawning or getting ready to spawn a little bit more than the largemouth are. But if you can find those big smallmouth, it could make for a pretty interesting turn of events on that leaderboard, so to speak. So be on the lookout for that. Obviously we're catch board only. All these guys checked in, had their boards checked and stuff like that. So, we're making sure the competition is fair. So it'll be definitely interesting. I'm going to bring up our anglers once again. Want you guys to meet these guys, get to know them. This tournament was formed by anglers for anglers. So definitely want to promote these guys that came out. We got guys that traveled from all over Illinois, Ohio, ton of Ohio guys here, West Virginia, Tennessee, Kentucky. I know we got some guys coming up from Georgia for the Clash of Clubs event on Sunday. So we just want to promote these guys as much as possible.
My name is David Craig. I'm from Pittsburgh originally. I live in Dayton currently. Fishing with Grant is one of my big sponsors. He's a fishing charter guide for Dayton area. Great guy, and he knows what he's talking about. And 153 Baits, obviously, they have great baits, great guys. They have a lot of good products, and I catch a lot of good fish on their stuff. I'll give them a check out.
My name's Grant Blackford, and I'm from Moraine, Ohio, close to Dayton. I actually dropped all my sponsors, and I went with 153 this year, and I also sponsor a couple people myself with Fishing with Grant, Charter and Guide Services. I'm Grant, of course.
Brennan Royalty from Danville, Kentucky.
Jesse England from Cookeville, Tennessee.
John Gillespie. I'm from Princeton, West Virginia.
Well, let me tell you, I'm from the free state of West Virginia, Summersville. West by God, that's right, baby. Name is John Rapp. Take two. Go to smack my ass. Yes, I got two sponsors that I work with currently. Feel Free Kayaks and Yak Gadget.
Michael Grimsley, Cincinnati, Ohio. Strictly Sail and Kayak.
Chris Yauk from Miamisburg, Ohio. My wife, she's working awful hard so I can come down here this week.
My name's John Graves. I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio. My beautiful wife, Lisa Spear of Lisa Spear, Coldwell Banker, West Shell. Thank you so much. If you're interested in a home near the Ohio area, give her a call, 513-379-6004. The Dream Home comes in many sizes. Other shout out, Yak Gadget, John Thomas and Charles, the guys are just amazing. I really appreciate Yak Gadget. Big shout out to American Tackle down in Florida. Some of the best rod making materials you can find out there. Give them a shout out. www.americantackleanglerproducts.com. And also Hang Outdoors, west side of Kentucky. Hang Outdoors, Kevin Frazier, you can check him out on Facebook. Hang Outdoors Custom Lures.
Chris Anderson from Cincinnati, Ohio. My wife, whatever my wife lets me fish with.
Andrew Carpenter from Cincinnati, Ohio.
My name is Adrian Neer from Cincinnati, Ohio.
Jake Apking from Cincinnati, Ohio.
My name is Josh Lincoln. I'm from Southern Illinois.
You got any sponsors to make fishing easier for you?
I wish. I'm open. Call me.
Luke Brozovich, I'm from Minooka, Illinois.
I'm Ray Schneider, and I'm from Germantown, Illinois.
Glenn Banazek, I'm from Minooka, Illinois.
Keith Jackson, Wood River, Illinois.
My name is Doug Keys. I'm from Southern Illinois. Adam Reiser, Nashville, Tennessee. Dugout Bait and Tackle, Dakota Lithium, Yak Attack, and Bending Branches Paddles. All take really good care of me.
There you have it. There's some of our anglers on the water, and we've definitely had some changes in the leaderboard. We'll get Jay to cue that up. Currently, John Graves, 51 3/4. Chris Yonk right behind him with 50.5. He's sitting on 3 fish. Doug Keys, David Craig, and Grant Blackford still holding up on 3rd, 4th, and 5th. So, Chris is on some fish. He just put up 2 back to back. So there's been some changes there. So it's getting interesting. And like I said, man, it's anybody's game. You never know who's on what just because, service is spotty out here. So later when that leaderboard shuts off, it'll be interesting when we come back live from the events or from the barn here at East Port Marina and get day 1 results. But just want to give a quick shout out to some of our sponsors for the events. We'll be right back with you.
To hell and back is in the job description. Being roughed up, scuffed up, run over, kicked, thrown, dropped, dunked, and done the unthinkable is a duty we've embraced for more than 40 years. Through superior engineering and constant innovation, only Pelican has conquered the chaos a life of ambition can dish out. And we've done it to empower you.
Yak Gadget, made in America, based outside of Nashville, Tennessee. Yak Gadget offers all kinds of storage accessories, quick mount motor mounts, anchor systems, track mounted accessories, even paddles. Go to yakgadget.com and get your kayak decked out for your next trip out on the water.
The 153 Bait Company, based in Troy, Ohio, make everything from plastics to custom painted hard baits. Hook 'em hard and hook 'em often. All of our baits are made to order and all of our hard baits are hand painted to order. So go to the153anglers.com to place your order today.
Welcome back, boys and girls. We're gonna get Jimmy Skinner in here in a second, coming at us live from the water. He's with Keith Jackson out there. We're gonna get a look at his day, see what he's doing. If you guys just tuning in, little change in the leaderboard. Chris Yonk is coming up behind John Graves. He's on some fish and he's catching up there. So it's heating up, boys and girls. That sun is definitely shining. We got some bluebird skies right now. A lot different conditions than yesterday. So it's going to make for an interesting turn of events. And then obviously tomorrow, again, we got some scattered thunderstorms rolling in, so that may change some things up as far as fish activity goes. And it could make for an interesting turn of events on the leaderboard. First and second place are going home with some brand new canoe kayaks, courtesy of East Port Marina and New Canoe. First place is going home with a Frontier 12. Second place with a Frontier 10. And we got all kinds of goodies to give away. If you guys are looking forward to participating in a trail event by Paddle and Fin, the next one is the weekend of April 26th on the Tippecanoe River in beautiful Indiana. Our good friend Matt Gibson likes to call that God's country, you know, so I don't know. But looking forward to it. You guys can sign up there. Our meetup location for that is going to be at the Sportsman Inn in Monticello on the beautiful Tippecanoe River. Those folks were gracious enough. We got a banquet hall over there. They're going to have food and live music as well. So our captain's meeting Friday evening will be there, and our awards for Saturday evening as well. So shout out to Sportsman Inn for putting us up for the Indiana event. And then middle of May, we go to the Coldwater Chain in Michigan, right on the border of Michigan and Indiana. And that's in conjunction with MKT's new Indiana Kayak Trail Series. So be sure to get signed up for that on Tourney X. Everett Park is in the chat. What's up, brother? He said, if it was a new canoe, it wouldn't be Tippy. Oh, snap. Shameless plug. My man, Everett Park. So, shout out to the folks at New Canoe. They definitely helped us out with this first open event, which has been super cool to see their support for Paddle and Fin and the Open Series. East Port Marina is a New Canoe dealer. I know Richard has plenty of boats in stock. I know a lot of folks are looking for the Unlimited. They are coming, folks. You can see Eastport's Marina phone number down there at the bottom if you guys want to come out, demo a boat, pick up a boat. They also sell Vibe and boat stand-up paddle boards. So if you're in the market for a new kayak, come on down. Richard's got plenty of boats in stock. You know, he's still waiting on the new Canoe Unlimiteds to come in down here, but he's got plenty of Pursuits, Frontier 12s, 10s, and the Flint. And it's going to get interesting. So, let's we're going to get another clip in here that came in from Mr. Jimmy Skinner following John Graves out on the water. I believe he's got a fish catch in this video. Go ahead, Jake.
It's like a 3-part. That's what he was saying. This is going to be a short one.
You can see it's beautiful out. And the sun is shining, glimmering through them trees. And Johnny is back in the thick of it.
Perfect timing. We just got here with John Graves. And right as I hit record, he hooked into one. He's your current leader. I think he's got 3 fish. This one looks like it'll measure.
Yeah, I'll show this catcher.
We're going to come on in a little bit by you, Johnny.
John with that nice wrap on his boat. But Mr. Graves is on some fish. You know, I'm sure it's not the sizes he's looking for, but he's definitely on them.
Secrets, John. Tell us a little bit of what you're fishing and what you're targeting.
Man, I'm just, I'm trying to hit everything that just looks out of the ord. There's just so much structure here at Dale Hollow. I mean, it's hard to. I get in the habit of getting overwhelmed. Is what happens with me and fishing, and what I'm doing right now. That's different than I've ever really done. Is I'm just paying attention to everything that looks. If it looks different to me, then I'm thinking that it's going to look different to the fish, and all these interesting little spots and points where they hang out at, and like little truck stops. So I'm just dissecting these little points, and just that little crevice right there, just as different as that looks. And, and just trying to get in there real tight using a Texas rig that's has it looks like it says this catch has already been submitted. That was a different one though.
Yeah, I'm sure Susie's watching. She'll get it taken care of.
So there you go. Mr. John Graves giving you a breakdown of what he's doing. Mr. Crankbait Johnny. We, me and Jay did a show with him. I believe that was last week. So if you guys missed that, go scroll back on the Facebook page later on. Get a little background. Mr. John, he has his own podcast as well. It's John Graves Kayak Fishing. You can find it on any major podcast platform. But John is definitely an interesting individual. And, it's funny. We talked to him this morning on the dock before he took off, and John's always got some pep in his step. He was definitely amped up, ready to go, and it's turning out. John was down here a few weeks ago fishing. He was on some fish then. Sounds like he's doing the same thing. He's talking about the Texas rig Senko, working that bank, but he's trying to break it down, looking for subtle differences. And just picking them apart, and he's picking up fish here and there. I think he's picking up a lot of those buck males that are roaming around, looking for the big females to come in and get on bed with them. So it's been interesting to watch. John Graves is currently your leader, sitting just around 50 inches, a little over 50 inches. But Chris Yonk is on some good quality fish right behind him, keeps creeping up that leaderboard. So it's going to be an interesting turn of events here on beautiful Dale Hollow Lake here at the East Port Marina. We got anglers scattered all across the lake. If you guys have never seen Dale Hollow on a map, it's both in Tennessee and Kentucky. I know we have a few guys fishing up on the Kentucky side. We had quite a few anglers go out of the ramp here at East Port Marina. Titus Dominguez, which we showed some video clips of some of the anglers he caught up with on the water this morning. They're up in the center part of the lake, roughly. They went out of the Willow Grove Wreck area, which is pretty much right in the center of the lake on the Tennessee side. So we got quite a few guys fishing out there. And, here's the real interesting thing, right? Because Dale Hollow is so big, and you got to take, certain ways to get back around and back here to Eastport. That's why from lines out to check in, we gave these guys an hour and a half, because if you're fishing all the way on the west side of the lake, it's going to take you literally an hour and a half to get back here. I know there was a few anglers talking last night, like, hey, do I have to be back here? And the answer was yes. So that's kind of changing up their strategy and how they're fishing. A lot of these guys are going to have to work their way back so they can get out of the water in time, load it up, and back here for check-in. So, we'll see what happens. I know there was a few guys fishing down by the dam. That was the far west end of the lake. So it's going to give those guys a little bit shorter time on the water compared to the rest of the field that may have gone out of the ramp here at Eastport. So, it's gonna be interesting, boys and girls. We got any more clips, Jay? Yep. Shout out to Jay Randall running the back end of the stream here. Susie Roloff is over judging fish. Along with we have Jason Young and Matt Gibson from Indiana Kayak Anglers helping judge fish as well from back home in Indiana. Huge thank you to those guys. Out on the water, we got Jeff Hepp, Jimmy Skinner, Josh Eldridge, Titus Dominguez, and Jason Paskowski. Some of your hosts from the Paddle and Fin, Jeff Hepp, chaplain for the tournament series, and Titus Dominguez is one of the guys from Kayak Bass League based out of Illinois, who kind of helped run this stream and I'm sorry, not run this stream, but help put this tournament series together and get us going. We just had Jimmy come in, but we lost him.
Okay, yeah, he's still trying to stop. This is okay. I'm going to give you a clip of.
Jay's going to pop a clip up in for us from some live water coverage.
This is the fish.
All I'm doing is just Texas rig. I think that color combination of that orange and burnt orange and black and yellow is going to, a little bit, at least for these smaller guys. But
I don't know what those big girls are chowing on right now.
Well, awesome, man. Well, I'm going to back out of your spot and let you keep hammering them.
Hey, thank you, Jimmy. I appreciate it. Big shout out to everybody and good luck out there.
That's right.
Thank you.
So that just goes to show you, John's on fish, but he's still wishing everybody good luck, hoping they catch some fish. That's just a true state, or just such a powerful statement for the kayak fishing community. These guys are all chatting and trying to, encourage each other to just keep getting out there and getting on them, man. So like you heard John say, he's looking for some of those bigger fish. He's catching a lot of the small males, but he's still on them. So super cool. We're going to take a real quick commercial break, and we will be right back with you folks. Yak Gadget, made in America, based outside of Nashville, Tennessee. Yak Gadget offers all kinds of storage accessories, quick mount motor mounts, anchor systems, track mounted accessories, even paddles. Go to yakgadget.com and get your kayak decked out for your next trip out on the water.
The 153 Bait Company, based in Troy, Ohio, make everything from plastics to custom painted hard baits. Hook 'em hard and hook 'em off. All of our baits are made to order, and all of our hard baits are hand painted to order. So go to the153anglers.com to place your order today.
Based in Santa Ana, California, Bioenno Power provides the highest performance lithium ion phosphate batteries for the marine market. These batteries are 1/4 the weight of sealed lead acid batteries, provide over 2,000 to 3,000 charge cycles, and a 10+ year service life. These batteries can be used for any deep cycle application, including running fish finders, trolling motors, live wells, and LED lights. For more information, visit bioennopower.com. That's BIOENNOPOWER.com, or contact dealers nationwide.
Come on.
Welcome back, boys and girls. We are just huge shout out again to East Port Marina for giving us the location, and we got some dinner being served up tonight. If you're in the Tennessee area, you want to come down for check-in and awards and stuff, they got a beautiful menu for dinner tonight. We got live music from 6 to 8 p.m. If you're coming down tonight or tomorrow night, and you're not in the tournament, they are going to raffle off a Vibe tandem kayak. So if you're just a spectator or coming for the music and the food and stuff like that, get in on that. They got a Vibe tandem kayak. Eastport is going to raffle off for some of the non-participating tournament guys, because we got the new canoes given away to them. They wanted to do something for the spectators that are coming down in-house tonight. So, feel free to come on down, get a bite to eat, and just sit back and chillax and enjoy the festivities. So we're going to take a quick 5-minute break. We'll be back shortly. You guys hang in there. We'll get another update from Susie Roloff. We'll get some more on the water coverage for you guys and gals. And just hang tight. We'll be back in a few.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Susie Q here. I got Mr. Trash Panda, Josh Eldridge, in the house. Josh, talk to us. What's going on out on the water?
I'm on the Obey River, and I've got a few guys around me. It seems like people are moving around a bit. Can't tell if anybody in this area is on fish yet. I'm trying to stay out of the way, but it seems to be the closer I get to people and kind of get back where they're at is where we start losing signal. I'm kind of in an open area right now. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear and see you crystal clear.
So it's beautiful out here, but yeah, I got one of the guys coming up on my left. Might be Jeff, actually.
All right, well, I think we also got Matt Souders coming into the stream here, so we're gonna bring him in. It looks like we got somebody fishing.
How you doing?
Good. How about you?
I'd be better if I could get a fish to stay on the end of my hook.
Well, tell us what's going out on the water for you right now.
Well, started back in some of the areas that we pre-fished last 2 days, and it wasn't getting anything really, so we made a pretty drastic move, and we moved up a channel, and right behind me back in all those flooded timber, I had 2 on, which was great, but I just didn't set the hook well on one. The other one broke me around a log, so that's heartbreaking.
Oh, man.
So dealing with that, the water's really cold for everyone at home who's wondering, because I may or may not have lost a rod and went in and got it. So.
Oh, no. Yeah. Yikes. Well, hey, at least you got your rod back, man.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's the only bad thing about buying expensive stuff is you won't let it go. So, I went after it. It sucked.
Yeah. Well, keep on fishing, man. Keep grinding out there. I'm sure you're going to hook up with something here soon. I'm going to bring Josh Eldridge back in the photo here.
Thanks, guys.
What water temperatures are you guys looking at right now?
I'm usually been hovering around about 57, just under 57, like 56.9. I'm at 56.85 right now.
All right. That's not too bad. Yeah, seems like it might have cooled off a little bit after yesterday's rain.
Yeah, definitely. But, you know, when we started out in the morning, I actually fished for a few minutes, caught a crappie.
Nice. Get a little side pot action there, you know, multi-species.
I got Jeff here with me. Let me flip around and see if you can see him. Mr. Hep's behind me.
Nice. While you're spinning around, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a leaderboard update here. So still currently in first place, we've got Mr. John Graves. He's got 51 3/4. And then Chris Joch, he's got 3 fish sitting on 50.5. So he's slowly creeping up there. Mr. Doug Keys in third with that 16-inch fish. Then we got David Craig in fourth with 14.5, and Grant Blackford in fifth with a 13-inch fish. So you guys still got plenty of time to catch some fish, get them submitted. We know that some people have fish but haven't submitted yet. Definitely got some interesting cell signal issues going on, but that's what makes it interesting.
Hey, you want to know how to pronounce Chris's last name?
Yeah.
Yauk.
Yauk.
Yauk, like with a K.
Yauk. Yauk.
I had to ask him.
I'm just going to say Chris J.
There you go.
Chris J. My bad. I'm not always good at pronouncing names.
No, it's not you. We asked him one day because he's from Dayton, from where I'm from. And we fished with him. I'm like, Chris, how do you pronounce your last name? Because we all pronounce it wrong. And he's like, it's Yauk. I'm like, all right, I'll remember that for you.
Well, to make it easy, I'm just going to say Chris J. Because I think I'm going to botch it every time if I try to say it. All right. Well, thanks for joining us, Josh. We're going to take you out and talk about a few other things. So, yeah, if anybody else is out there catching fish, feel free to join us. All right. And yeah, so again, big shout out to our sponsors, East Port Marina, Yak Gadget, New Canoe, Pelican Cases, 153 Baits, Bioino, Jig Masters, Yak Attack, Rocktown Adventures, and of course, you know, us awesome folks at Paddle and Fin. I mean, you know. So yeah, I thought I'd take some time here to talk about, you know, kind of what it's like to be a tournament director. So we're going to call it, what do we call it? The Director's Corner. And so I know a lot of people like to tune in and watch how the tournaments are going live and everything, but what happens on the back end? Well, there's actually a lot that happens on the back end. We started planning for this. The idea came up probably last, what was it, June or July. And then we started having some meetings, talking with folks to figure out what we were going to do. And then once we came up with our plan of the Trail Series and then the Open and Clash of Clubs, then that's when the real work had to begin. So we had to look into dates. We had to check other tournament schedules. So like local clubs, the big national clubs, KBF, Hobie, those types of things, make sure that we weren't going to overlap and interfere with that. And then, of course, once we got our schedule figured out, then we had to figure out locations. You know, we wanted to kind of stay pretty centralized. So Illinois, Michigan, Indiana, Ohio, Wisconsin, of course, you know, down here in Tennessee as well. And once we got our locations figured out, then we had to look into permits, which can always be tricky because every state is different. No state is the same, which makes it interesting. And then, of course, you know, with different permits, an example is such as Illinois. If you are wanting to run a tournament, there are certain launches that can only have 50 people for a permit at a launch. So that can make things interesting as well. So you might have to limit your registration, or you might have to get a permit at more than one launch, those types of things. Some of them cost money, some of them are free. So a lot of details working with that. And then, of course, you know, reaching out to all of our sponsors and venues. So, you know, there's a lot of conversations that have to happen, a lot of phone calls, a lot of emails, you know, and all that stuff takes time as well. Sometimes, you know, there could be a couple weeks, even maybe a couple months that go by before you even get things squared away with everybody. And then, you know, having your meetings with your staff as well. And having a great staff is, you know, pretty key and critical to having your tournament series, club, whatever you may call it, run just super smoothly. You know, I mean, Brian and Jay and Titus and Jason and JP, I mean, everybody who's on board, you know, with making these things run, you know, everybody has a part in it, even if, you know, it may be like little mundane things that they might be doing. You know, we got people out on the water. We got Jason and Matt Gibson back home in Indiana helping us judge fish today. So, you know, we got all these helping hands helping in some way, shape, or form. And then, you know, of course, advertising and everything too, you know, so we got to figure out, are we going to, how often are we going to post on Facebook? Are we going to live stream everything? Are we going to start interviewing anglers, sponsors, that type of thing? And that type of thing. So, looks like we got Josh kind of jumping here a little bit, but yeah, so then when it really comes down to the nitty gritty, we're meeting more often, talking about who's going to do what, how we're going to have the event run. Like sometimes, you know, like what are we going to do each hour? How are we going to broadcast? Oh, one other big thing as far as planning that I forgot is your rules creation as well. That's kind of a big key as well. And with us being a partner for KBF, we're piggybacking off of their rules. And so we do make a little bit of some modifications to it, but for the most part, we do follow them. And, you know, it's always important to make sure you know your rules left and right, and making sure that everybody else on your team is following through them as well. And then making sure you have like your insurance, your waivers, and then like other little details. So like, you know, spreadsheets of like the angler information as they sign up, you know, the finance sides of things, you know, who's going to run the business account. If you're going to have a business account, are you going to be a, oh gosh, what's it called when you're just like a, you're not for profit, you know, there's a lot of stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff for that on the back end to take care of if you're going to do that. I mean, there's a lot of things that happen on the back end that a lot of people probably don't think about or don't realize. So, you know, hats off to everybody that's been helping us. You know, today's kind of a pretty easy day for us, minus aside the technical difficulties we've had. But, you know, we're just sitting here waiting for the fish to come in, judge them as they come in, get anglers on the water right now with some live streaming. Of course, you know, again, with being in the hills and valleys of Tennessee, cell signal is always kind of crazy right now. But it looks like we got somebody coming in here. So it looks like John Workman's on here. What do we got?
Give me just a second. As soon as I got in position with him, the wind picked up and blew us all over the place. I'm telling you, you're shouting out everybody, and I'd like to let everybody know how difficult it is to maneuver one of these boats and film all at the same time.
Right?
Credit to all the guys that do this stuff. I got John right here. John, how's it going?
Slow, actually.
What you got going on this morning?
Well, just trying to get hooked into something. It's been slim pickings. See him on the graph, and we'll drop down a Ned rig to him and practically hit him in the head with it, and he just run off. So it's been tough. So, in fact, some of the guys are starting to hammer the largemouth. A couple of the crappie guys that was back in here this morning hooked in 3 largemouth. So trying to pull them out.
So they're here.
They're here. Just they don't like what I have when they're getting fed live minis.
Yeah. Hard to compete with the live bait back behind you.
It is.
Right.
We're having fun. Making it happen.
Awesome, man. Well, I'll let you get back to it and I'll get out your way.
All right, buddy. You guys have a good one.
All right. Keep on grinding, man. Thanks for checking in with us. All right. Good deal. So, yep. John Workman out there, you know, doing the best he can. Looks like he's seeing fish and maybe getting some bites, just not able to hook one in yet. But hopefully he can keep grinding it out and be able to get some fish on the board. And let's see here. Let's do a check-in real quick. I don't think there's been much added to it yet. Nope, doesn't look like it. So, but yeah, going back to the director's corner. So let's see here. So yeah, like tons of details for the back end, you know, getting banners made, getting the checks made, reaching out to companies, getting that stuff put up for us, getting the identifiers, how we're going to do identifiers, what we're going to do with a tournament management system. So we're using Tourney X. You know, got to say, Dwayne Wally has done an awesome job with the updates to that recently. And everything's been running real smooth on the back end, no issues. And yeah, so yeah, yesterday we were all having a little powwow, figuring out what we're going to do for today. We had a couple of guys go out to a couple of the different launches, make sure that we were following some anglers around. And yeah, they're just checking in with us as they can and as they can stream. And looks like we got a clip coming in from Jay here.
All right, guys, we caught up with Keith Jackson. He was headed upriver a little bit. I figured I'd stop and give him a break from paddling, talk to him. So how's it going, man?
First of all, I appreciate it. It's going good. It's actually a little rough, but throwing a little bit of everything at it, trying to solve this mystery here for me. So
had any luck at all yet?
First cast this morning, caught a dink, 11 inches, and that's it. So trying to figure it all out, kind of power fishing, finesse fishing, throwing a little of everything at it, trying to figure it out. So it's a pattern that I haven't quite unlocked yet.
I hear you, man. Well, good luck. We'll let you get back to it, and we'll catch up with you later.
All right, appreciate it.
All right, all right. Got another angler check in there. So again, looks like we still got a little bit of some tough conditions going on, but looks like anglers are able to see fish, just not being able to get them to hit just yet. But yeah, let's see here. What else was I gonna say about running tournaments and stuff? You know, sometimes with being a brand new tournament series, a brand new event, you know, we always come in with like high hopes and hoping, you know, we have like 100+ people sign up for the tournament, you know. So sometimes when you don't have the numbers that you're hoping for or you're gearing for, sometimes that can be, you know, a little disheartening. But, you know, everybody around here, though, has been like super appreciative. Super happy with everything that's been going on, the way that we're covering anglers right now, all the interviews that we did. So, you know, the camaraderie and the community around here has been super awesome. You know, even though we have 24 anglers today, we're making sure that we're getting everybody covered. And yeah, so it's been pretty awesome so far. So. But I think I'm gonna step off here for a minute. Looks like I got another fish on the board here to judge, and I'm gonna let Mr. Brian jump on and lead the show.
Right on. Thank you, Susie. Thank you, Susie. Mrs. Roloff, just catching everybody up with, you know, what it takes to run one of these events, you know. You know, thank you guys for tuning in. I'm going to share with you guys some of these angler interviews again that, you know, we did yesterday. These guys got an opportunity to, you know, let you know their name, where they're from, if they got any sponsors, gave them the opportunity to shout them out. And then right after that, we're gonna have Jay walk around the venue here, and we'll kind of show you guys what's going on the back end here at home base, the Barn at East Port Marina. Beautiful venue. If you guys are in the area or looking for a destination wedding venue, like, it's unbelievable. I know one of the guys made a comment last night. I've never been to a captain's meeting where there's a chandelier above me before. So huge shout out to Richard DeVries and the East Port Marina for, you know, putting us up for this event and giving us a home base. A lot of anglers are staying here lodging wise, either in the cabins, the houseboats, things like that. I know we're staying on a houseboat here down at the marina. And it's been pretty epic. We all got to kind of hang out on the front deck of that last night as we were kind of going over, figuring out plans for today for your live coverage. Sorry, this morning didn't go as planned. We had some technical difficulties. We had to switch up laptops here and things like that. We had some issues with some of this audio playing on some of these video clips, but it looks like we got the hiccups out of the way. It's the first one. So, you know, it's no big deal.
My name is David Craig.
Here's our anglers.
I'm from Pittsburgh originally. I live in Dayton currently. Fishing with Grant is one of my big sponsors. He's a fishing charter guide for Dayton area. Great guy, and he knows what he's talking about. And 153 Baits, obviously, they have great baits, great guys. They have a lot of good products, and I catch a lot of good fish on their stuff. I'll give him a check out.
My name's Grant Blackford, and I'm from Moraine, Ohio, close to Dayton. I actually dropped all my sponsors, and I went with 153 this year, and I also sponsor a couple people myself with Fishing with Grant, Charter and Guide Services. I'm Grant, of course.
Brennan Royalty from Danville, Kentucky.
Jesse England from Cookeville, Tennessee.
John Gillespie. I'm from Princeton, West Virginia. Well, let me tell you, I'm from the free state of West Virginia, Summersville. West by God, that's right, baby. Name is John Rapp. Take two. Go smack my ass. Yes, I got two sponsors that I work with currently. Feel Free Kayaks and Yak Gadget.
Michael Grimsley, Cincinnati, Ohio. Strictly sail and kayak.
Chris Yauk from Miamisburg, Ohio. My wife, she's working awful hard so I can come down here this week.
My name's John Graves. I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio. My beautiful wife, Lisa Spear of Lisa Spear, Coldwell Banker, West Shell. Thank you so much. If you're interested in a home near the Ohio area, give her a call, 513-379-6004. The Dream Home comes in many sizes. Other shout out, Yak Gadget, John Thomas and Charles, the guys are just amazing. I really appreciate Yak Gadget. Big shout out to American Tackle down in Florida. Some of the best rod making materials you can find out there. Give them a shout out, www.americantackleanglerproducts.com. And also Hang Outdoors, west side of Kentucky. Hang Outdoors, Kevin Frazier, you can check him out on Facebook, Hang Outdoors Custom Lures.
Chris Anderson from Cincinnati, Ohio. My wife, whatever my wife lets me fish with.
Andrew Carpenter from Cincinnati, Ohio.
My name is Andrew Neer from Cincinnati, Ohio.
Jake Apking from Cincinnati, Ohio.
My name is Josh Lincoln. I'm from Southern Illinois.
You got any sponsors to make fishing easier for you?
I wish. I'm open. Call me.
Luke Brozovich, I'm from Minooka, Illinois.
I'm Ray Schneider, and I'm from Germantown, Illinois.
Glenn Banazek, I'm from Minooka, Illinois.
Keith Jackson, Wood River, Illinois.
My name is Doug Keys. I'm from Southern Illinois. Adam Reiser, Nashville, Tennessee. Dugout Bait and Tackle, Dakota Lithium, Yak Attack, and Bending Branches Paddles all take really good care of me.
There you go, folks. That's a look at some of our competitors out on the water today. It's super cool to give these guys an opportunity and a platform to get out there and get their name out there. Super cool that we're able to do that for these folks. We got a little live action coming in here from the barn. It's just a beautiful look out the window here. When I turn this way and I look out, that's exactly what I'm seeing. Jay's given us some live coverage of that. So just a beautiful, beautiful venue here. Sits right up on top of the hill, overlooking all the valleys here. But Jay's going to give us a couple close-up shots. Like I said before, we got the 153 Baits guys in the house. They just loaded up. They got all kinds of stuff for sale. So if you guys are in the area, you want to come down, join us for the awards, pick up some tackle, things like that. They got custom painted hard baits. Some punching skirts back there in the background, bladed jigs, jerk baits, all kinds of plastics. So yeah, check out the 153anglers.com. They're making some cool stuff. Also Jig Masters was supposed to be here as well. Shout out to Jig Masters, jigmasters.com. Cody over there has got some health issues and he couldn't make it down here today. So thoughts and prayers are with him. Speedy recovery, my friend. Hope you're feeling better. And then also the Paddle and Fin Trail Series t-shirts are going to be for sale at all the trail stops. You can see the back there. It's got all the stops, the states we're in, the dates and stuff like that. $20. If you guys are interested in one of those, that supports the trail series here. We got some sponsors listed on there. Obviously, Pelican, Yak Gadget, the 153 are major title sponsors for all these events. These are the guys that help us give 100+% payouts. No Tourney X fees, no PayPal fees. If you guys want a shirt, we can ship it. Send us a message here on the Paddle and Fin podcast page. Or if you're planning on being at one of these trail series stops, $20 a piece, we'll have them on hand. Quick look at the Pelican case there and cooler, courtesy of Pelican. Case of Mountain Dew going to the guy that wins the cooler. Shout out to Pepsi in the 815 for helping us out. Torquedo, obviously Torquedo's got some gift cards up there, $250 off of a motor. Yak Attack coming through with some gift certificates. Woo! I like it. Got some Paddle and Fin buffs in the house. Some guys are going to look pretty snazzy on the water with those buffs paired up with some rod sleeves. We got all kinds of good stuff back there, and rack net to give away, flipping ID holder, the old model. We got some tethers there from RoboHawk, some 6 Sense baits, courtesy of yours truly. And we got some plenty of other stuff. We're going to get a quick look at this Flint kayak that's going to go to the top angler in the Clash of Clubs event, courtesy of the New Canoe. There was 3 regions. I believe it was Great Lakes, south or southeast, and the Appalachian regions. Addison Johnson in the house. He says, wish I could be there, man. We're missing you, buddy. Hope the road's treating you well. If you guys aren't familiar with Addison Johnson, amazing country music star. I mean, dude is just crushing it. He was on a podcast with us previously. Go back to any of the major podcast platforms, the YouTube channel, and check Addison out. Quick look at Susie there. She's judging fish. Jay's going to give us a bird's eye view of the venue here, just so you guys can see what the anglers are walking into. Courtesy East Port Marina. Obviously, you can see just a beautiful, beautiful venue. I'm down here. You can see we got kayaks in the house set up. They got some Yak Attack accessories, Yak Gadget accessories over on the table there. Eastport's got, Susie's got her judging and check-in station there. Little bar there. Guys were indulging in a few adult beverages last night to ease the edge before they went out on the water. Obviously, if you guys are in the Tennessee area looking for a place to get some accessories, a kayak, things like that, come down to the Eastport Marina. They sell new canoes, vibe kayaks, and boat paddle boards. One of those tandem vibes right there that Jay's showing you guys is going to be raffled off for non-competing folks that join us here. Saturday evening when we do the awards for the Open and the captain's meeting for the Clash of Clubs. Richard has in stock all kinds of vibe kayaks. The kayak shortage is real. Kayak shops around the country are selling out. Richard planned ahead, so if you guys are in the market, definitely come down to the Eastport. He's a new canoe dealer. Look at that. Somebody's going home with a Frontier 10. Second place angler tomorrow is going home with a Frontier 10. Look at that. Retail price $12.99. So they're going to win some cash plus a $1,300 kayak. The first place angler will go home with a Frontier 12. That's a quick look at the Pursuit. And Jay's panning over to the Frontier 12s. Somebody is going to go home with one of those bad boys. They get to pick the color even. There's some of the classics there from New Canoe as well. And it's just shaping up to be an amazing event, great weekend. We got anglers just out there. There's some guys catching fish, but like I said, don't let the leaderboard fool you. As there's spotty cell service down here on Dale Hollow Lake. So, you're going to see some definite leaderboard changes here throughout the day. So, thank you, Jay, for giving us all these cool shots as he walks around the venue here. Susie, we got any leaderboard changes currently? Maybe. Oh, we got a maybe. That's a maybe. So we shall see. But currently in first place is none other than Mr. Crankbait Johnny himself, Mr. John Graves. Chris Yonk right behind him, 50.5. He's currently got big fish for 19 inches. We do have a big bass pot for day 1 and day 2. So if Chris can hold out with that 19, he may be getting a little money back in his pocket today. So Mr. Doug Keys is in third. He's got a 16-inch fish. And right behind him in fourth place is David Craig with 27 1/4. He's sitting on 2 fish. And Grant Blackford in fifth with 13 inches. So it's going to change here, boys and girls. John Graves bumps up to 65 inches. Is that 5 fish or 4? He's got 5 fish per 65 inches. So obviously he's on that small male bite. But Mr. Crankbait Johnny is not disappointing. He's been on fish. So, yesterday we had asked some of these anglers predictions of what they thought would take to win it. We'll bring you that a little bit later and some fun facts about those guys. But I think currently what we're going to do is we're going to end this stream, and then we're going to do another one here probably in about a half hour or so, 45 minutes, get you guys back caught up. We're going to take a quick break. And thanks everybody for tuning in. We will see you back here shortly.